Eastern Kentucky, where I was raised, where the wildlife and mountains call my name. I was born to hunt, I was born to guide, a camouflage on a rifle by my side. Just good old country boys chasing dreams in the Appalachian Mountains, a field of trees. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks that are on the run. Where those dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. The coyotes run all night. It's music to my ears and in my sights. I've got this hunting fever down in my bones. I'm glad my daddy taught me everything I know. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks that are on the run. Where dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. From those white-tailed bucks and strutting toms, a bugling elks that are on the run. Where dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. The TLC Outfitter is our name.
Hey everybody, happy Tuesday night. Welcome to On Air and Outdoors with TLC Outfitters. As always, I'm Trinity. And we're joined tonight by Mr. Justin Tinsley from Tinsley Custom Wildlife, looks like AKA Electric Fence. And if you all were with us a couple of weeks ago, you knew the story about the electric fence. So how's it going, Justin?
Good. How you doing?
We're doing all right, man. Doing all right. Knocking off the rust. We ain't been on in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I texted you. I said, well, you going to do it this week or not?
Yeah, man, we got to get back at it. We got a lot to talk about. We had some work stuff going on, so we didn't get to have it last couple of weeks and everything, but good to be back, man. Of course, we talking, still talking about the Dog Days of Winter Predator Tournament, and that went over great. We're going to be talking about that, and we got our second annual tower shoot coming up. We're going to be talking about that as well. We're pretty excited about that. What's going on in the world of Tinsley Custom Wildlife, man? What's new?
Oh, we're just trying to get this week. We're finishing up all of our end of the last year's deer season mounts. We mounted 54 whitetails in 3 weeks this past 3 weeks. So that's about all we're doing.
Yeah, that's getting with 54 whitetails in how long?
3 weeks.
3 weeks, dude. That is unreal. That's getting with it, man. You got a great team down there at Tinsley Custom Wildlife.
There's been 4 and 5 of us every day. Like I said, we're just trying to get them knocked out. We try to stick to a certain time frame. I never want to go over 16 months, period. Most everybody would like to keep under 12. But, like last year, well, not this past season, but the season before, I don't know about you all, but the first day of our gun season, it rained. And we had nobody hardly at all bring a deer in the first day. And then after that, it turned cold. The entire deer season was pretty much below freezing. And they just piled on us. So we want to get them knocked out, get them going, get them done, and try to keep under that time frame.
Yep. That's pretty good, man. And I hope that if anybody's in the Lawrenceburg area, they'll look up Tinsley Custom Wildlife. It's not hard to find, and they'll come down there and see that amazing facility you got for all your processing and taxidermy need. Award-winning processing. When you step in the lobby down there, we talk about it all the time, and I think people just look at me like, oh, he's just saying this or that. But when you step in the lobby at Tinsley Custom Wildlife, it's easy to see, man. I mean, all the awards and all the taxidermy there, all the mounts that's out there, it's amazing. And people can come in and take a look at the shop, see what they're getting into, seeing that, once the hunt's over, once the trigger's been pulled, and once it arrives there, the hunt may be over, but you're going to have something that's going to last a lifetime. You're going to have a work of art that's going to last a lifetime. And any trophy worth, getting taxidermied is worth putting the best into it, and that's what you get at Tinsley Custom.
Thank you.
Our number one fan, my mama, says hello. And Miss Woolwine here says, Matt, you have changed, better looking.
Uh-oh.
Lee, boy, shots fired.
Boy, I bet he ain't getting. I bet she ain't even got supper fixed for him when he gets home.
I guarantee it. Hey, Tyler. Tyler's tuned in with us. Our good friend Tyler Smith, buddy. Hope you are doing well, Tyler. Tell everybody we said hello.
Tyler was at the shop today.
Oh, good deal. Good deal. Jill says no supper. But I'll tell you what, that ain't even right. That ain't even right. I mean, he's a grown boy and he can't even get no supper.
Growing, heck. It's a good thing that he don't gain as much as he eats.
Our Florida family, Wayne Hargis down there at the Hargis Hacienda says, hey, guys, hope you're doing good, Wayne. And another one of our Florida family, Gator Paul Share from Gator Paul's Processing, another one of your fellow processors says, hey, guys, hope you're doing good down there in Inglis. Corey Evans said, looks tough. Don't bother that man. He's a good one. That's true, buddy. That's true. Thanks for tuning in, Corey. Appreciate it very much.
Just old how you say it, cantankerous?
Corey said, he looks good. Dang watch. Look at it right there. Tyler says, Matt, time to get that frog gig and Walmart bag out. Might not be a full meal, but it'll do. That's right, Tyler. We're going to get after them this year. And it's not only going to be the frogs. We're going to get after them catfish, too. We got some big time catfishing plans coming up as well.
I heard a story today about a Doberman pincher.
A Doberman pincher.
Yeah.
You're going to jog my memory.
And you wouldn't get out of the truck.
Oh man, no, I'm out. No, listen, we roll up to this place. Matt's like, oh, that's just a big baby. We roll up to this place. And it ain't no Doberman. It's a daggone bear rolls out of this yard. And Matt's like, oh, it won't bother you, whatever. And son, this thing will bark, and it just jars the leaves on the trees. And I'm like, I'm out. I can't run that fast. Look at me. This ain't built for speed.
As long as you can outrun Matt, you're good.
Well, Tyler was with us. Tyler was right there in the brink. Don't let him sit there and say he wasn't scared too. He was shaking in his boots too. Appreciate you, Corey. You got to keep these boys straight, but you can't do anything with these fellas. So, man, that was a good time. That frog gigging was a good time. And I know another pond down there that looks pretty good for some frog legs. Down there in Lawrenceburg.
We've never had a lot of, I mean, I'm sure they're there.
Right.
But I don't think our kids may have gigged it in the years past, but
right.
You don't tend to. I think the best way to do it is with a boat.
Yeah, it is. It's good with a boat, but you can get after them too on the bank. Hey, I see our very own. I got to give a huge shout out. Our very own Nathan Compton's on here, man. What a blessed week. Nathan and his wife had a baby boy this week, man. Mama's healthy, baby's healthy, everything's good. Just want to shout a huge congratulations to Nathan Compton. Great guy right there, great family. And just glad, man, everybody's all right, Nate. So we look to see you back here before too long. You enjoy your family, man, and tell them all that we say congratulations. Very, very, very thankful, man. Very thankful. We've been keeping check on you, so just know that. Very thankful. Answered prayers, brother. You know, you would think that some places, you look at some places, like I look down there at your pond and I think, man, it's right there against the timber. Good looking place to do some frog gigging. But it's like the place that you think that they're in the most, they ain't nowhere around.
When we were kids, Trinity, or teenagers and stuff, it always seemed like the ponds that we would always frog gig and tend to carry more frogs was, of course, you don't have as much of it today because we don't have the farming we used to, but old ponds, old ridge ponds around pasture fields, where the cows kept everything eat down, and it made the frogs more visible.
Yep. And that's where we had a lot of our success at, man, was around them ag ponds, around them right in the middle of those old cattle pastures. So we're pretty excited. We're going to head. We got plans, man. We've been trying to get our calendar. Our calendar's filling up. We're going to be talking about the Upland Tower shoot. Didn't think we was going to get to have it. We got that on the books. That's how we work best, man, procrastinating. I mean, last minute stuff. And we're pretty excited that we're going to be able to have that tower shoot. I hope everybody jumps on board. That's coming up in 3 weeks. But we got plans to go out with some Western Kentucky folks. We're going to go out and we're going to do some catfish noodling. And when I say catfish noodling, these folks are into it, man. They got boxes. They've got all kinds of stuff going to be put out. I'm excited. Some of our guys are big into that. We're just getting started into it. And I don't know if you've ever done it, but they something to be said about, back here, these guys, a lot of folks will plant boxes for catfish, grappling, noodling, whatever you want to call it. They'll plant boxes out there, but these guys are reaching back in, these holes in the rocks and in the cliffs and whatever else. They just something about that, man, that just don't feel natural.
Kudos to them, because I ain't walking in a dark closet with that light on. I darn sure ain't sticking my hand in a hole.
JB Pittman says, good evening. Thank you for tuning in, JB. We appreciate it very much, man. Yeah, it's pretty tough, man. And these guys have been doing it for a long time and know what they're doing. They can follow them. I don't know. It's a science to it, but I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to get after them. So, like I said, our books or our calendar's filling up. This stuff we're talking about is just ways of, being able to get out during non-hunting times. That's going to be frog gigging, and this catfish stuff's going to be right after turkey season. I know that's your favorite time of year is turkey season.
Mm-mm.
I've never seen anybody like you, man. That's all right. Hey, let's talk about dog days, man. Another successful year. I was real worried. You and I talked about this. I was real worried about maybe what kind of participation we was going to have. And then on top of that, what kind of turnout we were going to have as far as harvest. Just a crappy weekend. Friday night was real good. And then just pouring rain, man. Just a big soaker for the weekend. But we turned out and had a really good event. That Tinsley Custom Wildlife first place trophy was a hot commodity. Everybody, I mean, I love that, man. You even had people call the shop about that thing.
Yeah. I had one of the guys call me and ask me if I'd tell him what this year's trophy was going to be.
Yeah. And that's pretty neat, man. But we ended up, we have 15 teams. We were down a few. Of course, there was a big tournament going on. And, when we started this tournament, nobody was holding predator tournaments. And still nobody is doing what we do, when it comes to it. A lot of folks, all they want to do is shoot. The big one they had down in London, and kudos to to those fellas down there. That is a huge one. They had over, think they had over 100 dogs shot. But I think they had over 100 teams. So, and that's just shooting. That's just calling and shooting, whether it's nighttime, daytime calling. It's like we talked about, and I don't want to get on my soapbox. My number one thing is not the tournament. My number one thing is not whatever. My number one thing is getting as many of them things out of the population as we possibly can. 15 teams, 23 dogs, 10 cats, and even 4 possums. Wasn't too bad of a harvest for the weekend we had.
No. It would have been, like you said, though. I think it rained on us all Friday night. I woke up Saturday morning and it almost looked like a flood. And I think you all got it Saturday.
Yeah, it was bad, man. But I got some pictures here I want to share, and just go through a few of these. Of course, this is our buddy Dwayne Hall. He traps and shoots, and that's what I love, man. I love that trapping factor. Everybody's scared to death. They don't want trapping to be part of the tournament. And I'm like, listen, get you some traps, daytime hunt. If you got access to night vision or thermals, get out there and nighttime hunt. I mean, it's a win-win, especially when you harvest. But this is like a day one harvest here. Of course, he got 3 cats, he got a dog, and 4 possums. And everybody's like, why the possums? Why the nest predators? We do nest predator. We have a nest predator deal. And that's to try to help alleviate some of those nest predators that'll get in there and tear those turkey nests up. And it may just be 4 possums, but that's 4 that's taken out. And I can tell you right now, we're not hurting population any by that.
Well, you take that picture. I mean, from the possums and the coons to the coats and the bobcats. They're all animals that can, do away with turkey, birth, hatching, all the way up to young age. I mean, any of those animals can affect that hatch rate or that growth of the survival rate.
Yeah. One of our local KSP troopers right here, and a good friend of mine, Blake Frazier. I mean, 3. That's day one right there. 3 of the prettiest dogs that we've seen brought in since we've had the tournament, and a bobcat. Just I mean, coats look good, and he ended up being our big dog winner. I think one of them dogs was right at 40 pounds. Just a monster of a dog, especially for this area. And you take them 3 bruisers right there. I mean, that's a lot of small game, fawns, things like that. That's a lot of destruction laying right there in front of you.
Yep. Do you Trinity down there, do you all have, you talking about the coats on those coats? Do you all have like areas that may have coats with not good coats, and some places they have good full coats, or like for example, Aaron, the boy that works here, shot him and Brad McClave, shot a couple one night, and both of them were just mangy.
Yeah,
they just didn't have a good coat, and it was almost like the whole bunch down here is that way.
Yeah, we've got that, and we've seen that during the tournament. I don't know what that's accredited to, but we've seen that some of these dogs, the coats were not as nice on them as others. Those dogs right there were beautiful. I mean, those are the furs you want, or if you're looking for a mounter, that was those were very nice.
Well, we tried. We looked at the. Aaron just chucked those he killed down there because we were still trying to get the skin for the trophy. And actually, the skin off that cow come from a farm in Georgetown, basically a livestock, farm type area. And I didn't know, it's just one of them things. It's kind of like deer. We get deer from places that have some of the most beautiful capes and coats you ever seen. But then you take, there's other areas, for example, like you've always heard it called the Golden Triangle of Kentucky, the Owen County, Franklin, Henry, that area there for
Yep.
big deer. It's one of the worst areas for deer with bad capes.
Yep.
And a lot of it's credited to the ticks as far as the deer go. We know that. But
Yep.
I didn't know if the
Bad.
coyotes would be kind of the same way or not.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we seen some nice coats come in, but now we seen some mangy ones too that just didn't look good. Here's another day one harvest. You had I think 5 dogs there and a cat. Big. That's a big cat there too. So this is our buddies Andrew Shepard and Kyle Ousley. Good first day harvest right there.
They're the ones that won it, didn't they?
Yep. Yep. They're the ones that won it. And then, of course, we were able to give away I was trying to find that picture. Maybe I didn't upload it. I don't know. I don't see it. We were able to give away a nice caliber in the 6.5 model. I don't know what I can and can't say on here. You know how the guidelines are. We don't want to get nothing kicked off, but we were able to give away a 6.5, and everybody is in that, and we had a lot of door prizes thanks to all of our sponsors. I mean, I gave a rundown on those live videos. I mean, we can't thank our sponsors enough. Justin, if you need coyote skins, let me know. That's Gator Paw down there in Inglis, Florida.
I'm jealous of all the bobcats you all have down there that we don't have up here.
Yeah.
We don't, around here, you very seldom ever see a bobcat.
We had 10. And it's funny, you talk to the hunters and they're like, man, it's easy to trap them cats. It's a lot harder to trap dogs. It's easy to trap them cats. And we've seen an increase in those. We've seen an increase in the bobcat harvest. I mean, you got guys that, you think about that. You can harvest 5 cats. You can harvest 5 cats. And that's pretty impressive. Now, I think only 2 or 3 of them can be shot. All of them can be trapped or something like that. Make sure you're checking I'm not a trapper. Let me put that up. I'm not a trapper. So, and then of course, these faces we're getting ready to look at here. And we had some other people bring some stuff in, but here was our third place. Folks, our buddies, Dwayne Hall and Preston Thacker. And I think Preston was maybe the one that called you about the trophy.
Yeah.
So pretty awesome right there. There's third place. And man, all these guys, the top three were in for the regular pot and the high roller pot. We do two different pots. And depending on how it goes, you could have somebody win the regular tournament and not be in the high roller pot, but just so happened that all 3 of these teams were in both, and they got a fantastic payday, man. It was a good payday for these guys just to come out and be hunting anyway. They turned the entry fee into a good payday. So third place right there, second place. Oh, and second and third place was determined on heaviest dog. Each had 5 dogs. And it came down in second place here. This is two KSP troopers right here. This is Blake Frazier and Ricky Newsom, 2 of the finest. And they were able to get second place this year with 5 dogs. The third place was 5 dogs, but they had the heaviest dog. He had that one 40 pounds. So they got second place and a nice payday. And then first place was 9 dogs. And of course, you can see that little fella there, Andrew's little fella. This is Andrew Shepard and Kyle Ousley. And you can see that first place Tinsley Custom Wildlife Trophy there with little man. They couldn't wait to get their hands on that. So, yeah, good day, man. Just a good weekend. Can't say enough good things about Ride Direct, Ride Appalachia, Ride Direct. I mean, man, what a great place to have. And I know, Justin, you brought your machine, coming down here doing some stuff in Eastern Kentucky. You brought your machine down here and got to experience the great service from Ride Direct. And it was, those guys know what they're doing.
Yeah, we were coming down for the bear hunt and called them, and I was needing to get some stuff done or whatever, and I called about a week ahead of time, and they said no problem. And when I got there at lunch, we rolled it, unloaded, rolled it in. I went back that afternoon. It was done. So yeah, they really did a good job.
Yeah. Sam, Kenny, Corey. I mean, those guys there, man. And they've got the ability to do so much, and they really care. They care about their customers and their machines, but they open the doors up and let us roll out the red carpet for us. And you can see right there 23 dogs, 10 cats, 4 possums. Despite the weather, just a great haul. Appreciate all the guys and gals. Man, we had a lot of lady folk that was in on this year. I had some lady hunters and trappers. I was excited to see that, and we hope next year to make this thing even better. But this is the 2024 Dog Days of Winter Predator Tournament, presented by TLC Outfitters, Tinsley Custom Wildlife, and a whole host of sponsors. And I don't want to name one without naming them all. I don't have my list here in front of me, but you know who you are. Thank you all. Thank you for everything you allow us to do with this. Let's talk a little bit about Africa again, man. We had a show back 3 or 4 weeks ago talking about those specials. Let's touch on Africa because I mean it's right here at the doorstep.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. I ain't looked at it a few days, but I think I'm almost down to 100 days till check-in. Can't wait. No, I got 110 days till check-in, so I'm counting the days down.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've me and you was talking before the show. I wouldn't mind some feedback on this too, with some of the guys that do waterfowl hunt. We're looking at possibly adding waterfowl, not to your entire safari, but like out of a 7-day hunt, you may do waterfowl for 2 days at a different location. And we're just, I've got to make some calls to USDA tomorrow. We're trying to get some particulars worked out as far as, clearances and all that. Because anytime you're dealing with birds coming across, from country to country, a lot of times it has to be a USDA quarantine type deal. But we just kind of want to see what people would think about it by being able, guys that like to waterfowl hunt, and then also being able to do their safari and their big game and their mammals and stuff as well.
Yep. And talk about the species a little bit. How many different species, and only we were talking about that. What you got there as far as the species are concerned?
Well, we've got what I went through today. There's 18, looks like 18 different waterfowl species, and only 2 of the 18 are found also in the U.S. So, 16 or 17 of these species you're not going to get anywhere else except for South Africa. It was kind of weird though. What do you think would be the one species that you could kill in South Africa and the U.S.?
Will be a mallard.
Mallard, that's right. And actually, mallards, they want all mallards killed that you can possibly kill. They want them. They don't want them. I don't know. I guess they're doing some mixing and stuff, and they're not wanting it as much. And I read something the other day where they ask you to please harvest as many mallards as possible.
Man, there's a lot of guys. I'm telling you what. I mean, I know some guys that would fly to Africa just for ducks. I mean, I'm serious. If you're a diehard waterfowl hunter, I mean, it's a different group of people, and this is a great opportunity. If this comes to light and you can get them back to the States and everything's good, it's a great opportunity. So We're pretty excited.
I do know I've received guineas from South Africa in crates. Yeah, they were part of a quarantine. They had to be inspected and gone through the process. But we get waterfowl from Canada. We get turkeys from Mexico. It shouldn't be any different, but I want to make sure before we jump board with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope that if anybody's thinking about an African safari, I hope they'll give us a chance. They can call us at TLC Outfitters. They can call Tinsley Custom Wildlife. And I mean, we've got the hookup. We've got firsthand experiences. We've got boots on the ground. I mean, you take all the guesswork, all the worry, it's all lined out in simple terms. You take all the anxiety and all the worry out of it. So I really hope, and I hope that people will put this, because this is more achievable and this is a lot easier and more economic than anybody thinks. So at least if you're thinking about it, give us the opportunity to be able to talk to you about it.
And guess what, Trinity? I don't know if she's still on here or not, but Miss Jill's animals are on their way.
So her animals are en route.
Her animals are en route.
That is awesome. I can't
So we're
wait.
Gonna get a big fat check from Matt when they get here.
Oh, she's on here. She's on here. I mean, it was like 2.5 seconds. Yeah. She's ready to go.
You're gonna see Matt sweating. I'm like the video. If you're gonna see him sweating when he writes that check out.
Yeah. That's awesome. That is awesome. Very good. Let's see. Got to talk about this right here. Kentucky Elk and Outdoor Fest, May the 11th, Saturday, right down there in Bardstown, Kentucky, not too far from you. 200 plus gun giveaway. Going to have elk and moose hunt giveaways, Honda side-by-side ATVs, live music, food, drinks, drink trucks, vendor village, archery range, Kentucky Gun Company, Patrick Hayden rolling out the red carpet for everybody and all things elk. I hope everybody will make their plans to be right there at Glenwood Drive in Bardstown, Kentucky, May the 11th. We'll be having a special show about this. We'll be having Brian Blank from Kentucky Park and Fish and Wildlife and Patrick Hayden himself on here to be talking about the Elk Fest. You talk about a good time, man. I mean, I think that they had over 5,000 people last year. And you can, it's all right there. You can see your name on the big screen. The giveaways are fantastic. I think Matt even partaked in some of those giveaways. He was lucky enough to get in on some of those. But it's a great atmosphere, good time, a lot of people that share the same common denominator as far as, the great outdoors and hunting. And I hope everybody will mark their calendars. The Kentucky Elk and Outdoor Fest at Kentucky Gun Company, May the 11th. Be there. We've already got our spot. TLC Outfitters will be there with their tent. Come out and talk to us. Jill says Elk Fest was fun. They had just got back from Africa, so we got to display all that. Here's another thing. Hope people will take advantage of. This is our guided thermal coyote hunts. As always, we're offering a show special, $25 off a booking if you book before midnight. And we got this going on. This is a good time, man. Good time, good area. And got that brand new thermal equipment. This will be going on till March 31st. And then we'll be doing this in May and June, or as our good buddy Tyler says, during frogging season. So, hope everybody will take a look at this. If you're not sure and you think that maybe you want to get into the thermal night scene, this is your chance to come out and try state-of-the-art equipment, some of the best around. And we got a local dealer right here in our back door for Rick's Thermal Optics. Can't say enough good things about those guys and gals. We appreciate very much. You got this going on right here. You better get on the bandwagon right there. TLC Outfitters guided thermal predator hunts. We'd love to take you hunting. Now, let me show you this, man. I'm hoping your guy comes down, and I think you ought to come down with it, even though I don't know if y'all can survive both of you coming down. This was our tower shoot from last year. And
My
you talk
shoulder's
about,
still sore.
huh?
My shoulder's still sore.
Man, it ain't like shooting them cranes. I mean, this is a little slower and a little bit easier for you to hit, and you don't have to shoot them big 3.5 inches.
Not 3.5 tungsten.
Yeah.
Don't forget the tungsten part of it.
You don't need tungsten for these pheasants, brother. But this is our tower shoot right there. You talk about a good day. Some of those guys out there saying, and I quote, I didn't say it, they said this is the best thing ever happened to Eastern Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the first tower shoot to ever be held in Eastern Kentucky.
Really?
And oh yeah. And that was a good day right there. And we have got this back on the books. We're going to be didn't think we was going to get to have it.
When is it?
Right. March the 9th. Saturday, March 9th. Mark it down. You need to come out and be with us. Call and get your spot, folks. We've got limited spots this year. You need to call and get your spots.
I think you can go ahead and put us down for a spot.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I wanted to come last year, but we didn't do it. Now, if it turns off cold, you might have to give my spot up.
Yeah. Oh, you need to cowboy up a little bit, man. You ain't gonna live that one down. Jill was there. Jill was one of the throwers last year, ducking and dodging and throwing and all that. And man, we are excited. I mean, it's a great day, man. It's just a good day, good camaraderie, and everybody is going to take away some freezer fire because all the birds are gathered up. We divvy them up among everybody. It doesn't matter if you shoot 0 or you shoot 10. Everybody's going to get to take some good pheasant home with them. And we're going to be having tagged birds, tagged money birds, prize birds. And we'll be having this on our Facebook page. It's already on our stories. And you must pre-register this year. You must pre-register. I got a mad face up there. Who in the world will put a mad face? Who's mad? You can talk to me on here. Who's mad? Why we got a mad face up here? Why are we mad for? It's fun. Don't be mad. It's fun. Come out and shoot with us. Ain't that right, Justin?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't care. Let's back up a couple of pictures there.
Okay. What picture are you looking at?
The elk thing in Barstown.
There we go.
And I don't want to kick the bucket on here. I've heard you say something similar to that over time period, but what do you think the chances of this ever coming back to Eastern Kentucky where, that's where our elk herd is? I really feel like that they pulled the rug out from under people in Eastern Kentucky by doing this. Nothing against, Kentucky Gun Company or anything like that, but I just feel like it's just elk are in Eastern Kentucky. And I think it'd be so neat if they could find a way to get it back down there where it belongs,
Right. I understand. And, there's a lot of people feel that way. And like you said, it's nothing towards Kentucky Gun Company or Patrick Hayden or whatever else. Here's what I know. I know that they wanted to have an arena where people could come out and be able to enjoy and celebrate the greatest big game accomplishment probably ever in modern day times. Now, you've heard me talk about success stories. This story is only rivaled by, when you talk about true conservation stories, Kentucky's elk herd is probably only rivaled by the bald eagle. That's nationally. I mean, the bald eagle coming off, the endangered species list since it was, started in the 1970s. But from a big game perspective, Kentucky's elk herd and the reintroduction of elk and how it is ballooned in the eastern half of the United States, probably the greatest big game conservation story in modern day times. And, The elk are here in Eastern Kentucky. It would be awesome to see the same magnitude of event held in Eastern Kentucky. All I know is, with that being said, is that Patrick Hayden and Kentucky Gun Company was called upon, and man, did they answer the call. And they roll out the red carpet for everybody. The atmosphere, everything is phenomenal. It is phenomenal. And I understand what you're saying, and a lot of folks feel that way.
I just feel like that, this is I guess you could say it's a this is state Kentucky Fish and Wildlife event. This is not a private business event.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I look at it. And, I've been dealing with elk, not as long as you have, but at least 10, 12 years. And a lot of things are changing, and a lot of it you hate to see change. And it's kind of like the Route 66, the old story, the story of Route 66. It's kind of like they're bypassing Eastern Kentucky and leaving all the Eastern Kentuckians behind on an event that is in their back door.
Right. I understand. Like I said, whether it's brought back, where it goes, what happens, a lot of people feel that way. And but this thing is, man, I tell you, it's huge, and it would take a big upbringing. You know what I mean? This, and I look for it to be even bigger this year. The atmosphere is out of this world and everything. So I feel you, brother. I know what you're saying.
Well, I look at it. I guess I'm looking at it a lot deeper than some people would, because just the drive from here to Prestonsburg or Pikeville or Hazard, if anybody would take the time and make that drive, once you get down there, you really start feeling, the true Eastern Kentucky elk. I know it's bad. It's not good, but when I bear hunted this time, I bear hunted and drove right beside one of the old coal mines. Coal hunting, elk, Eastern Kentucky, all this kind of goes together. And I think just being down there and experiencing the drive down is worth having it down there.
Right. Yeah, it's an experience. And boy, we get that expansion done. When that expansion gets done, it's going to be even a better drive down here. So to be continued, my friend. To be continued. So, but for this year, I hope everybody will come out and see it on May the 11th. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. Matter of fact, I think it needs to be TLC Outfitter Tinsley Custom Wildlife booth.
Nah.
Huh?
Nah.
Oh, God.
Can't support it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, right back here, man. Upland Tower Shoot. Need everybody to be getting on the phone. Shoot us a message. You have to be pre-registered. You got to be pre-registered by March the 7th. Need you to be pre-registered, man. It's going to come with box lunch. It's going to come with transportation to and from the field. It's going to come with cleaning, retrieval, all this. It is going to be phenomenal. And in case you missed it last year, right there it is, man. What a good time. We had kids. We had people from all walks. It was awesome. We had local folks, and it's going to be a good time. And hopefully, it being in March, but you couldn't have picked better weather. This was the last weekend in January in 2023. We didn't get to have that this year, but hopefully it's going to be some good weather too. So hope everybody.
And I bet that's a tall tower coming off the top of one of them mountains. Somebody ain't never seen nothing that tall, have they?
I'm telling you what, man, it's something else. It's like nothing you've ever seen. You just have to come out and see it. It's pretty neat. Pretty neat. So, man, that's all I've got tonight, buddy. We're gonna be closing early. You got anything for the folks?
No. No.
I don't either. Been a good week, man. We got some pretty weather coming up. I think we're going to get cold this weekend. Depending on where you at, I think there's some chance for some snow, some rain. But now next week, it's going to be in the 60s, pushing 70.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to get out there.
Yep.
My mama says if you come to the tower shoot, you better bring plenty of shells. Don't you worry, mama. We're going to have them on standby to sell. They going to come down there Justin.
Like Justin. He done figured out if I'm coming, he's going to sell shells. That's slap in the face.
I'm selling shells. That's right. That's a good thing right there. But man, February we talked about, and this will be in close. We talked about our habitat management series where we have Fish and Wildlife on here and different folks. And we talked about February being a huge month to get the ball rolling. Now is when you need those mineral sites stocked to the brim. You need that, and everybody, and it's not salt. It is not salt. Salt is an attractant. You need dicalcium phosphate. You need all the mineral. You need all that good stuff. Trophy rock, and that's not trace mineral block. That's not it. So dive into your mineral sites. That time is now. Keep in mind that March the 1st is curtilage law. No more grain, no more manufactured grain unless it's for an agricultural practice. But mineral does not apply. You can still stock those mineral sites, and you need to have those mineral sites stocked starting yesterday. They need to have the good stuff in them. You can use salt. I'm not saying not to use salt. Salt is an attractant to get them to come and uptake the mineral, but you need to have that good mineral in there. Also, frost seeding clover. That's going to be hard if we don't get some ground. That's right. But it's
also a good time for soil samples.
Yep.
Right now, very good soil samples. Start figuring out where you want to put plots in, things of that nature.
Yep. Now's the time. If you want to get the most bang for your buck out of your piece of ground, now's the time. You should be predator hunting. You should be trapping. Soil samples, frost seeding this time of year, mineral sites. Now, what you put in now will have big dividends come the fall, and even this spring. You frost seed some clover. Everybody can do that. 8 pounds of red clover per acre. Mm-hmm. And go out and get it. And clover's the easiest thing in the world to sow down. It puts nitrogen back in the soil. It's good stuff to have. Doesn't matter if you plan on using it for a food plot or a cover or whatever else. Maybe you're going to do a food plot later on. It's going to save you a lot later down the road. So get that clover out now. So, man, Justin, I appreciate you co-hosting tonight, buddy.
No problem. Especially since I'm better looking.
I mean, the proof's in the pudding. Just read the comment.
I'm glad you witnessed that.
I did. Poor old Matt, boys. I can't do. Bless his heart.
Poor things out there running the roads, working, trying to earn some more money to go back, take Jill back to Africa, and he just can't get no love, can he?
Gets thrown under the bus and backed up over.
Yeah.
He do the same to us.
Yeah.
That's right. Justin, thanks, man. Hope everybody give Tinsley Custom Wildlife a chance for all your processing and taxidermy needs. Located right there in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, not too far from the Four Roses Distillery, one of my favorite distilleries in Kentucky. Mm-hmm. Get down there and check them out. Stop in, say hello. You've got all this stuff going on, and if waterfowl now and everything, turkeys.
Actually, yeah, we're getting ready to. Getting ready to mount a sand hill here in a couple weeks. So,
I can't wait to see it, man.
See, you got me. I am hooked on that. We'll give it that. I am hooked on that. So,
well, you know they don't make 8 gauge anymore, correct? You know,
I don't know, but I'd like to find a cannon that we could put up in the back of the truck. That we could.
You seen those big those big float boats with those 4 gauges on, the big cannons where they used to do the commercial hunt, and that's what we're gonna get you.
Yeah. No, I'm already working on the gun for next year. It's coming in the works. It'll be a surprise because don't too many people see these anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
You might have to help me hold it up, but
we just reach up there and knock them in the head with it.
It should do the job.
That's right. That's right. Thanks, Justin, and thanks to you all for tuning in, allow us to do what we love to do. We appreciate you all very much. Remember, if you want to know the Creator, look at the creation, man. And God has gave us a whole big world for us to be able to enjoy out there. We hope you get to get out this week and enjoy it. Be sure to check out our thermal night hunts. You got time to book a hunt. Come spend a night with us. Going out and chasing coyotes, you won't be sorry. And also that Upland Tower shoot, March the 9th. Book your spot tonight. Get on that list. It is going to be a good time. Justin, man, thank you very much. Appreciate you and Christy. Appreciate Tinsley Custom Wildlife. And we'll talk to you all next week right here on air and outdoors with TLC Outfitters.
Eastern Kentucky, where I was raised, where the wildlife and mountains call my name. I was born to hunt, I was born to guide, a camouflage on a rifle by my side. Just good old country boys chasing dreams in the Appalachian Mountains, field and streams. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks that are on the run. Where those dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name.